අයිකයි කියලා එකක් එහෙම කඩුණා සිනමාවක් කඩුණා එහෙම
මොකද්ද සිනමාවක් කැඩුනා
ටීම් වර්ක් එකක් නැහැනේ මචං මේ මොකද මේ වෙන්නේ ටීම් වර්ක් නැහැනේ අපි එකතු වුණා මේ
අයිවන් වාසනාවන් බලන හැමෝටම සුබ උදෑසනක්ද
උදෑසනක්
අපිට උදෑසන අපිට
උදෑසන බලන කට්ටියට මොකක්ද දන්නේ සුබ දවසක් කියලා
සුබ උදෑසනක් සුබ දවල්ක් සුබ රාත්‍රියක් සුබ පාන්දරක් කියලා ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරනවා
excuse me කට්ටියට සර්ප්‍රයිස් ඇදිනේ
නෑ මේමනේ දැන් කට්ටිය හරිද යනවා මේ කට්ටිය යනවා
ඔව් යනවා
මේ ඉන්නේ අපේ ආපු ඇන්ඩර්සන් අයියා ඉන්නේ ඇන්ඩි අයියා කියන්නේ
ඔව්
ඇන්ඩර්සන් අයියාගේ කෝච් කිව්වොත් මං හරි
කෝච් එහෙම නැත්නම් ගුරුවරයා වගේ කිව්වොත්
ගුරුවරයා වගේ කිව්වොත් හරි සහ මේ එන
මට
පුද්ගලයා
මම කතාවක් කියන්න මට හම්බෙලා දෙනවා හරිද මම ඇන්ඩි අයියාලාගෙම තේනවා හා ලංකා සහ
ලංකාව
හරිද හරිද ඒකෙන් සහ ඔය මේ දැන් එන පුද්ගලයාගේ තියෙනවා පෆර්ෆිෂ් කියලා
පවවිෂාන
පිම්බෙන මාළුවා කියලා සංගම ඒක මොකද්ද දන්නේ නැහැ. එයාගේ මහකම ඇවිල්ලා ඒගොල්ලෝ කොලැබරේට්ලා කරා කොමඩි ඒ කියන්නේ අඳුන්වලා දෙන ස්ටෑන්ඩ් අප් කොමඩි ඒ කියන්නේ අර නිකන් පොඩි මොකක්ද ඒකට කියන්නේ මේ ඉවෙන්ට් එකකුත් නෙමෙයි අර කියලා දෙනවා වගේ නිකන් එහෙම
ඉන්ට්‍රොඩක්ෂන් ප්‍රෝග්‍රෑම් එකක් වගේ
එහෙම යන හරි එහෙමයක් කරා. හරිද? ඒකට අපි මං ගියාට පස්සේ ඉතින් අපි අතල්ලගේ ඒකේ ප්‍රෝග්‍රෑම් එකට වෙලා කට්ටියට hina වෙන්න කොමඩි කියලා දීලා ඉවරලා
hina වෙන්න කියලා දීලා
හරිද? එහෙම කියලා මේ ඊට පස්සේ මේක ඉවරනාට පස්සේ මේ මචං මම ඔබ මේ හිනාවට පට්ටාසයි කියලා මගේ පිටට තට්ටුවක් දාලා ඇවිල්ලා මේ හඳුන්වලා දීලා එහෙම තමයි ඊට පස්සේ අපි අද මෙයාව පුද්ගලයාව ගෙන්නන්නේ මෙතනට
ඉතින් welcome to No Name podcast
15 වෙනි එපිසෝඩ් එකට
15 වෙනි නමක් නැති පොඩ්කාස්ට් එකට
Mr. Shuhaib Ali
එන්න
ටට්ටඩා ටට්ටඩා
අපි මේ ඔක්කොම කලින් මොකද කරන්නේ ඉන්ටර්වට ගිහිල්ලා
නමක් නැති පොඩ්කාස්ට්
ඉගන්නේ අපි කොහොමද හඳුන්වලා දෙන්නේ කොහොමද මොකද්ද මේ කියලා මේ පුද්ගලයාව අයියා කියමුද කොහොමද කියන්නේ
I'm right
say
here by the way
sir oh Mr. Shuhaib oh what
මොකද්ද comfortable yeah what's your comfortable
Shuhaib Ali
bro
yeah bro okay
sub bro
so who is Shuhaib Ali and what the heck is pufferfish
I like the way you said it. What the heck is pufferfish? Truth be told, it's a little too early to say, right? But pufferfish is a individuals incubator program.
Okay.
Just make it more simple
Simple.
yeah
You have business incubators. You start.
What's the
You've seen hatcheries where they put an egg and then you got the egg. You get into a chick. Okay, same way. So people have ideas. It's like egg stage. They don't know what it is. It's just dormant. They have an identity crisis. So you take them, put them into an incubator stage, and then you make them hatch.
okay
yeah that's very simple
Like
that's
go into farming language. Sri Lankans understand.
so if you want simply he's saying if you want to buy some eggs just come to him that's it so basically today we are here to talk about what today we are going to talk about leadership teamwork and entrepreneurship
ඒකත් එක්ක පැත්තෙන් එන මාතෘකාවක් ඔක්කොම ගැන කතා කරමු හැමීට
yes so basically you're I got an entrepreneur here so are you really an entrepreneur I mean really an entrepreneur
I love to call myself one, but I would be more a coach than an entrepreneur.
Okay. Great. What do you think about this subject? Like everyone in this stage, we are millennials.
Right.
So
I am a millennial too.
okay. හරිද ඒ කියන්නේ අපි අපේ ජෙනරේෂන් එකට කියන්නේ මේ ඉන්න කට්ටියට කියන්නේ මිලෙනියල්ස් ලා කියලානේ. Yeah, we talk.
Right.
We are interested in doing businesses.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you think about doing business and being an entrepreneur and what is this?
Is there any difference?
Yeah.
Okay, when you say millennials are more interested in running businesses,
yes,
I think millennials are more stuck with the idea that success is driven with a lot of financial gain, and that's the main reason as to why they believe that running businesses is what their most biggest concern is.
Okay.
Running a business or
I think
trying
they-
to make the buck.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what you're trying to tagline it to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indirectly.
Yeah.
In this generation, people like to start their own things. Like
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
people don't like to
I don't want to depend on anyone.
Yeah.
Like I want to do my own thing.
Yeah.
We talked about this topic neither.
Yeah, අපි කතා
Yeah.
කරා
So yeah.
ඇයි මෙහෙම කියන්නේ අපි කතාරන්න ඇතරම මේන්ම ටොපික් වෙන නිකන් ටීම් බක් එක්කම ගෑවිච්ච එකක් නේ ඔක.
ඔව්.
අපි කිව්වොත් එහෙම ඇයි ඒ කියන්නේ මෙහෙමවට එන්න එක සාර්ථක වෙනවද? ඒ කියන්නේ ගොඩක්ම මේ වගේ ඒවාට එන්න තනියම නෙමෙයි. කියන්නේ තනියම
Yeah.
it's really hard to
සහ like මම මේක මෙහෙම කියන්න. දැන් හිතන්න මට මොකක් හරි පටන්
පටන්
ගන්න
ගන්න ඕන
ඕනේ
කියලා. හරි.
මට පටන් ගන්න ඕන නම්
හ්ම්.
මම ඒකේ හැමදේම දන්නේ නැහනේ.
හ්ම්.
මම ෆයිනෑන්ස් පැත්තෙන් කරලා තියෙන්න වෙන්න පුළුවන්. මම මාකටිං පැත්තෙන් ගිහිල්ලා තියෙන්න පුළුවන්.
Mhm.
එහෙම නැත්නම් මම ඩිසයිනර් කෙනෙක් වෙන්න පුළුවන්.
හ්ම්.
Like if I want to start a business,
හ්ම්.
then I කොහොමද මම ෆයිනෑන්ෂල් knowledge එක නැතුව මට ඒක ඒ කියන්නේ මට knowledge එක ලාවට තියෙන්න ඕනේ.
Yeah, you must have to.
අපි like let's take example like Jack Ma.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, he's done.
Like,
Yeah, he's clearly done anything.
එයා ඒක හැදුවේ purely එයාගේ leadership එක.
Mhm.
නැතුව මේ එයා හැමදේම දන්නේ නැහැ. එයා හැමතැනදීම කියනවානේ ඔයා හැමදේම දනන් ඉන්න ඕනේ නැහැ කියලා. මේක තමයි මට තියෙන ප්‍රශ්නේ.
Mhm.
මේ leadership කියන එක කිසි දෙයක් දන්නේ නැතුව වුණත් leader කෙනෙක් වෙන්න පුළුවන්ද?
Yeah, what's your opinion on that?
You cannot be a leader if you know nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
we
true.
have to know we have to know how to
You-
control people.
Subject. Yeah.
Even then, I think one of the strongest skills that you should know and have is the ability to understand other people if you want to be a leader. This is the bare minimum basic. You should be able to connect with individuals
Yeah.
by knowing with empathy,
Mm-hmm.
knowing what their problems are,
Okay.
and if you can relate to their problems with your best interest as well,
Yeah.
that's where you ignite pure leadership.
Mhm. Okay.
So-
So, in leadership become in a big part of a group, right? Group or
Yeah.
team? Yeah, group.
Group.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can have a group also as leader. You can also be a leader of a
Leader
But
group,
there's a
which is way better.
Those
But I think-
group and a team is
Yeah,
two different
Two
things,
different things.
Very different if you go into the details of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So basically, group has a
Leader.
focused leader.
right? Yeah.
Team has a shared leadership role.
Mhm. Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
what do you call a group?
In this
A shared objective, more rather.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
just
An objective or a goal.
Yeah.
Team has a common goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Team and most importantly,
Mhm.
team has team spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
In a group, people trying to like do their job, part of the group work.
yeah,
and-
like
yeah.
individually.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the difference between group and a team?
When you put it that way,
Yeah.
Yeah.
even in a team, everybody has their individual efforts that they
Yes.
have to put. So, as in a group as well, they have to have individual approaches towards it. Now, a group can have a common goal as well. A team also has a common goal. That was a fancy one. But how you know as to which one is going to be more progressive or effective? It's definitely the teamwork that's going.
Yeah.
The reason why is because a team has a structured approach to solving their common goal and problem. A group necessarily does not have to. Right? The major difference between a group and a team, if you see, is I think I can boil it down to two very important things in this. Number one is in a team, each individual has accountability. Yeah. Every individual has accountability, which brings about their leadership out there. But in a group, every individual need not have accountability. You might have a few people having accountability, not every individual. Because even to run a group, you need to have a team inside the group to make the group work. Just right. You get what I'm saying? Only then it can be a group. There is a team inside the group. So, in a group, what you will identify is that accountability will be way less.
Okay.
Okay, and the approach towards certain thing also will be very less.
Mm-hmm.
So
But- if you want to know what acknowledges a group,
Yeah.
to acknowledge මේගොල්ලන් group එකක් කියලා කියන්න ඕනේ නම් අන්න මේගොල්ලන් group විදිහට මේ group එකක් නැත්තම් troop එකක් කියලා කියන්න ඕනේ නම් ඒක ඇතුලේ team එකක් තිබෙන්න ඕනේ. There should be a team to run that group as well. So no team, no group.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
We, yeah.
great.
In
So-
that case,
so
in
I
that
have a
case, we
question.
have to.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So now you're a coach, right? එතකොට අපේ audience එකේ කවුරු හරි ඉන්නවා නම් like imagine like you want to start a new thing, maybe a podcast,
Yeah.
maybe a YouTube channel, or like එක individual එකක් නේ blog එකක් ගත්තොත් ඒක individual like group thing, like you want to start a business or something, like they cannot do it alone.
Nobody can,
Yeah, they need a team.
including myself.
Yes. Okay, මම
And you?
උදාහරණයක් ගත්තොත් ක්‍රිස්ටියානෝ රොනාල්ඩෝ ඒවා මට මම ෆුට්බෝල් මැච් එකක මම තනියෙන් ප්ලේ කරනවා කියලා හිතන්න.
Yeah.
මං ඉන්නේ එහා පැත්තේ මට තියෙන බෝලේ අද සයිඩ් එකේ ගෝල් එකට තමයි මම ගහන්න ඕන. මට තනියෙන් බෑනේ මේක ගන්න. අර පැත්තේ එන සෙට් එකක් මාව කන්න බලාගෙන ඉන්නවනේ. මට තනියෙන් ඒක රොනාල්ඩෝටත් මං හිතනවා බෑ ඒක තනියෙන් බෑ. ලයික් එයාට හෙල්ප් එකක් ඕනේ මේ ගෝල් එක කොහොම හරි අතන්ට ගෙනියන්න. and හැමෝම ඒ ගෝල් එකට ફોකස් වෙලා ඉන්න ඕනේ. සහ ඒ ටැක්ටික්ස් දැනගෙන ඉන්න ඕනේ. ඉන්ඩිවිජුවල් මම විශ්වාස කරන එකක් තමයි ඉන්ඩිවිජුවලි දෙයක් කරනවට වඩා ගෲප් එකක් එක්ක දෙයක් කරද්දී සිනර්ජි ඉෆෙක්ට් එක ගොඩක් යනවා. like 2 + 2 = 5. have you heard about it?
Yeah, I heard about that.
yeah.
Logically.
no
No,
no,
no.
not
Yeah.
දැන් මෙහෙමයි
Yeah, that's
මම
right. Yeah,
මම
yeah.
තනියෙන් දෙයක් කරනකොට වඩා මම නිදුක් එක්ක කරද්දි මං එයාගෙන් අහනවා මචං මේක කියලා එයා දන්න තියව මට කියලා දෙනවා මං දන්න තියව එයාට කියලා දෙනවා. එතකොට අරකේ අර අපි
දෙන්නෙක්
කියන්නේ
විතරක් කරන්නට
productivity
වඩා there is
එක
a-
double. So what do you think about it, like having synergy and doing things in alone and doing things like with, like in a group?
Okay, so the reason why you accumulate as a group,
Yeah.
any reason as to why you might accumulate as a group, is because you need synergy.
Yeah.
That everybody understands. This is
Yeah.
human behavior.
Yes.
Okay, human behavior. You stick together, you're stronger. You'll be more effective. You'll be having some, what can I say, common output coming out, which will be much better. Just like how you said 2 + 2 = 5. This is because the synergy effect adds power to what you're doing. The impact is more. The same thing is understood with an old saying, which is quite new also for many people, is 2 heads are better than 1,
Yeah.
to synergize,
Yeah.
right? But to answer your thought,
Yes.
like if Cristiano Ronaldo, what we see is an individual, even for that individual to come forward to play at his highest performance, he needs to have his team
Yeah.
to take a look at the responsibilities towards upholding his, let's say, simple thing like a basic day schedule.
Yes.
Yeah.
If not, a person cannot have the drive, cannot have the motivation, cannot have his timing being structured out in order to perform at that level.
Yeah.
Now, this is something that I understood way late. I wish I had understood this a long time before. Is that me managing individuals? What I do is I have meetings on a daily basis. I have my meetings from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m.
Yeah.
This is my meeting times. One-on-one coaching timings is 6 a.m. to 8 a.m.
Okay.
No other timing is allowed for one-on-one coaching in terms of how I look at it in Pufferfish, even if they have to meet other trainers and things. So what happens is when they meet at this time and they have a discussion, their whole day is going to be structured in their thinking of
Yes.
what they learned at that
Yes.
time.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they're supposed to send in a paragraph writing about what they understood, and that is only possible when they synergize with their team.
Okay.
Yes.
So they have to take their thoughts to their team,
Yeah.
synchronize with them, then they get the synergy out. That's when they come out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So when we say synergy, it's a long-term effect.
Yeah,
it's not a like, oh, we teamed up together, we're getting this done now. Like, we success una, then we success una. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
Today you work together, tomorrow you have an
It's
argument.
not an overnight thing.
Yes, day after you have a disagreement, the next day again you come back again, because both of you all need to the two individuals in this that make a team, the basic amount,
Yeah.
two more, they need to marry their minds and also their visions towards where they want to reach.
Yeah.
Right? And in every team, even though they have one common goal at one particular point, with the way things work so fast, they need to synergize, because that one particular common goal also changes as time goes by. It becomes more specific, or they become more clear. They identify more problems. So this is where usually people say like, teamwork ekak nane macha, me mokada me wenne, teamwork nane abe ekutuna me, because the truth is the visions change a little bit. It changes towards where it needs to go. There is perfection also, there's processes also involved. These are the common things.
I have a question. You handle like different teams for like PUFFERFISH and all the other events, right?
Yeah.
What's the biggest thing that you
Like biggest challenges that you face when you work with a group?
That is communications, and that's what I teach.
Communications.
Yes, if the bare minimum, forget about being a leader. Okay, let's just put being leadership to a side.
I have 6 reasons why teams fail. Okay, I'm gonna tell it now. You if you want to, you can explain. Okay. So unclear roles, like means like guru agade balla karana, poor decision making, fixed mindset, lack of resources and poor dynamics.
I can relate to lack of resources heavily. Right, it's everything. You have your visions, but then again your resources are limited, and you're like, I wish I had that, I could do this. I wish I could get this, I could get that done. And then after that you start synchronizing your team towards getting those resources.
We are facing that challenge when
doing your
in
podcast.
This podcast. Yes.
Right. Okay.
So now you are a coach, right? I have a question here.
Okay.
There's a saying that leaders are born. It means leaders are born like ඉපදින්න එන්න ඕනේ. හරි? නැත්තම් මුංග හදන්න බෑ. හරි? leaders ලා හදන්න බෑ. දැන් ඔය අපි ලොකු ඉන්නේ. පාර්ලිමේන්තුවේ. එතකොට ඒගොල්ලෝ හැම
ideal example for group Sri Lanka Parliament. Group of parliamentarian MPs. ජය වේවා.
එතකොට ඔය එක families වලට හැම කියන්නේ කදේ ෆැමිලි එකේ නෑ ඒගොල්ලෝ ඉතින් උපතින්ම ගේන ඒවා තමයි ඔය ඒගොල්ලෝ එන්නේ ඉතින් ඒවයි කියලානේ කියන්නේ royal families එතකොට what do you think about it, like
you're asking me what do I think about Sri Lankan Parliament?
No.
About do we have to I mean you're asking like, do we have to bring the leadership?
Can we make leaders
or else
like
see when they say leaders are born, this has nothing got to do with the baby or the infant.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
This has got everything to do with the upbringing.
I think it depend on the පොඩි එකන ඉපදිච්ච දවසින් දැම්ම යාර ඉන්න environment එකත් එක්ක තමයි I think he's becoming.
It's with the environment, it's with the upbringing. When I say upbringing, I'm talking about from the mother's lap, from the cradle, right up to when that child starts walking, interacting with individuals, with the adults around. That parenting technique, that is what creates that leadership in the child. You know, they say, oh, leaders are born. What you mean by leaders are born is the moment the child starts speaking and starts connecting with you, whether that child can connect with enough empathy and care. Then you know that person has leadership first. First thing, an individual must care.
Basically I believe like
a child must care.
First 7 years like අපි කියන එක තමයි පොඩි කෙනෙක්ගේ අර කියන්නේ පූර්ව ළමාවදී කියන්නේ basically program වෙන එක. එතකොට එයා වටේ ඉන්න environment එක
inputs ටික ගන්න හැටි.
එතකොට එයාගේ වටේ ඉන්න ලොකු කට්ටිය නම් එයා එතකොට එයා ඒවා බලාගෙන ඉන්නේ. එයා මෙයා කතා කරන්නේ මේ විදිහට, මෙයා වැඩ කරන්නේ මේ විදිහට. ඒකට එයා ඒව බලාගෙන ඉන්නේ. මං හිතන්නේ ඒක අර ලීඩර්ෂිප් කියලා මුලින්ම එන්නේ අර අපි කියන්නේ ඕකට උපදින්ම එනවයි කියලා. උපදින්ම කියන්නේ ඔන්න ඔය
පොඩි කාලේ
ඉඳලා එන එක කියලා මම personally believe කරනවා. Then we talk about teams, right?
Yeah.
We talked about teams, and then let's come to leadership. Like I have to ask this question. So leaders ලගින් ගත්තොත් group එකක leader කෙනෙක් කවුරු හරි ඉන්නවා නම් ඒ කෙනා කොහොමද හැසිරෙන්න ඕන? Like I'm asking this question, like you can be assertive, you can be aggressive, you can be passive. Like if you are a manager, අපි හිතමුකෝ මම නිදුක් දැන් මම මැනේජර් කෙනෙක් නම් මම නිදුක්ක උදාහරණයට මම කියන්නේ එම්ප්ලොයි විදිහට ගත්තොත් මම එයාට වැඩක් දෙනවා. වැඩක් දුන්නාට පස්සේ මම ඇග්‍රෙසිව් එක්කෙනෙක් නම් මේ නිදුක් හරියට වැඩේ කරලා නැහැ. මොකක්ද අයිස මේ report එක පිස්සුවන්න කරලා තියෙන්නේ? වැඩක් කරගන්න බැරිද? බැයිද?
බෑ. That's that.
Yeah. passive එක්කෙනෙක් නම්
මේක මීට වැඩි ලස්සනට
මට
කරන්න
මේක
පුළුවන් නේද?
ඔයාට මං මේක ඔයාට වැරදියට වෙන්නේ නැති කිව්වේ. like මට මේක ඔයාට මීට වඩා explain කරලා දෙන්න තිබ්බ මේක මගේ වැරද්ද. sorry. assertive එක්කෙනෙක් නම් let's try this again. like අපි මේක ආපහු කරලා බලමුද shape එකේ කරමු. මම මේක මෙතන පොඩි වැරදියක් තියෙනවා මේක අපි කරලා බලමු. okay ආපහු හෙට ගෙන්නු.
There's those types, right?
yeah, what do you think about it?
I would just ignore all these types
okay
and get into one particular type of leader.
Okay.
Listen.
okay great.
Listen. If you are working with any individual in your team who is lacking the capability and the patience to listen,
yes,
trust me, that's a very good sign to identify that it's going to be difficult to work with that individual.
Yeah.
Right? One of the biggest mistakes, now I do understand whether you're being assertive or whether you're going to be interactive at the end of it,
Yeah.
or whether you're going to be very pragmatic in understanding what the problem is. It's all coming down to the bottom line of whether an individual can listen.
Okay.
If you can give your ear and identify what it is that the other person is expressing, there are two things that are taking place in your team.
yeah,
Number one, the person who is expressing himself is understanding what it is or what the problem is.
Yeah.
This is number one. So you need to let your team members be able to express themselves in a manner where they can identify what it is in a very kinesthetic manner. Like, when you say things, you are understanding it as well.
Yeah.
You need a person to be supportive to do that. The second thing, when someone speaks, you start painting inside your mind where you can pave or you can map out how and what it is that other person does not see.
yeah,
Right? So I know that people think that accountability is very, very important in a team. You need to have accountability, and then you need to have an approach. I always say this: go for a PLA cube mechanism.
Can you explain that?
Purpose, leadership, accountability,
yeah,
approach, and accountability, approach, and maybe I can't remember what the third
Okay,
A
that's
is.
fine.
But
Yeah.
when I get it, I'll tell you. When I get it,
Yeah.
I'll tell you. So I always say go for a PLA3 A cube approach, for this. And if you take everything into play, the only way that works is if one person can listen to the other with patience.
yeah,
And that does not mean to say that you already listen with, okay, I know what I want to say, I'm just going to listen to what you want to say.
Yeah.
That is not going to work. That's not going to work because you've already made up your mind.
yes,
Yeah.
Okay? You should always have your vision and your goal in mind. And when you listen, you make sure that the other person is coming up to the same speed that you
Yeah.
are.
yes,
Right?
yes. I understand what you're saying. Like
Yeah.
you are saying you cannot do this while having a fixed mindset. Like
Yeah.
just
No.
listen before take the decision.
You should have a steady mindset,
Okay.
Yeah.
but don't come to conclusions before your team members
yeah,
express
that's right,
themselves. That's why. Because if you have already see, you know what they say, it's like Sri Lankan politics, okay? You hear what you want to hear and you say what you want to say. And you find out what you want to find out, okay? So if you say that, there's dirt on that guy's back, you'll find out the dirt because you're going looking for it,
Yes.
So the thing is, you need to be able to sit back, relax, enjoy, and wait for people to express themselves in a manner where it is ideal for you to tell them what it is that you see. That will make sense to them. Because if you think that you're the leader, okay, you think you're a leader and you think that you have a particular vision that you want to run towards, you need to wait till the others come to that particular point and speed. You jump the gun, you will lose your team. And I've done this mistake before.
So then අපිට leader කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවනේ. මම විශ්වාස කරන්නේ leader is the person who pulls together the group to achieve a common goal. Like he's acting the coordinator, bro. Team එකක අනිවාර්යෙන් ඉන්න ඕන කෙනෙක් තමයි මේ Belbin's theory එකේ එයා දීලා තියෙනවා leader, shaper, plant, monitor, evaluator, resource investigator, implementer, team worker, complete finisher and specialist. මේ කට්ටිය මේක ඇතුලේ ඉන්න ඕනේ කියලා.
හරි.
leader මං කිව්ව එක තමයි.
හරි.
shaper කියන්නේ promotes activity, dominant, extrovert. කවුරු හරි ඉන්න එපයි මේ වැඩේ කරපන් කියලා කියන්නේ. ඊට පස්සේ plant, thoughtful and provoking ideas person, like උට ඕනේ නෑ මේකට එන්න. පැත්තකට වෙලා හිතන්න විතරයි ඕනේ. හරි පැත්තකට වෙලා එයාට හිතන්න ඕනේ යා මෙහෙම හිතලා අර අපි කියන්නේ මේ අයිඩියා එකක් ජෙනරේට් කරනවා
කියලා.
එයා ඒ අයිඩියා එක ජෙනරේට් කරන්න ඕනේ. ඊට පස්සේ ඉන්නවා මොනිටර් ඉවැලුවේටර්, like ideas කෙනාට පස්සේ මොකෝ වෙන්නේ basically. ඔන්න දැන් අපේ අර සනුදියක් එහෙම දන්නවා නම් මේ ළඟදී හොඳ ලස්සන අයිඩියා එකක් ගෙනාවා. ඇදලා දැම්ම පල්ලෙහාට ගෙලින්ම ඩවුන් එතනමයි. එතකොට මේ මොනිටර් ඉවැලුවේටර් කරන්නේ like brings the teams down to earth. like මේක වැරදි මචං, මේක ප්‍රැක්ටිකල් නෑනේ, කරන්න බෑ මේක. හරි ගොන් කතා කියන්නේවා එහෙම මොකක් හරි එකක් දාලා එයා පල්ලෙහාට දානවා.
අපේ පාර්ලිමේන්තු එකේ තියෙනවා දැන්.
So
ගොඩක් ඉන්නවා.
resource investigator, extrovert, networker looks alternative solutions. මේක විතරක් තියෙන. තව ඒවා නෑ. නේ මොකද අපිට resources මදි චුට්ටක්. shape කරගමු. ඊට පස්සේ implementer, අපි කියන administrator, organizer, choose ideas into practical solutions, and team worker, concert relationship ගැන හොයනවා. මේ හැමෝටම කතා කරනවා මචං බෝකේද අවුලක් නැහැ shape. so finisher කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා මේක ඉවර කරලා දාපන් මේ දවසට. ඉවරයි මෙදාට ඉවර වෙන්න ඕනේ මේක. specialist මොකක් හරි idea එකක් ගැන, skill එකක් ගැන special කරපු කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා. so මට මේ ටික කියන්න ඕන වුණා about the Belbin's theory. So
it's very nice that you mentioned the Belbin's theory. I just remembered what the third A is: abilities. Abilities. So you need to have a purpose. Everybody on the team needs to know their purpose. There should be a leader in every member of the team, right? There should be accountability where people are held responsible. There should be an approach how they're going to solve it, and they should know their abilities. And if a person, I see, the thing is this: if any member on the team, a team player, does not know his specific abilities, you know what will happen?
No.
It fails.
Yeah.
That person will try to do everybody's job role.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
He does not know what it is.
Yeah.
If there's an editor on the team, stick to your editing. More specifically, if the guy is an audio editor, stick to your audio editing. Make sure you excel over there. If the other guy is a video editor, stick to your video editing. Now, for example, even on a podcast, like right now, we're working effectively as a team in order to tailor to our audience to give this particular learning. Unlike some people who are having ridiculous, crazy, rubbishing content, I'm so inspired by you all right now for running this podcast. Is you have one individual here has got to run curator, who runs the cues of the conversation. One individual runs the questioning. The other individual does the listening. we need to know our job roles even on this. Now, in this area, you would find the abilities. One is a structured kind of individual. The other one is a very kinesthetic, practical kind of individual. Another person is like more likely, let's reach to the audience in order to get that out. So even that teamwork on a set works in order to deliver the best result towards the audience.
I have a question from Chanel.
Wow.
What has happened to Tala? Like he started an online radio.
Yeah.
And tell.
What do you think? මොකක්ද එතන
උනේ?
වෙන්නේ නැත්තේ?
It's related to the topic.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yep. Running a online
And
radio station.
basically
Okay.
I have to wait. He's a trainer, he's a coach, he's a speaker,
Mhm.
stand-up comedian, and
A compeer.
entrepreneur,
A
and
compeer. A compeer.
okay,
Uh-huh.
and
I wear many hats, but I train.
teacher.
Uh-huh.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So we are gonna learn now.
Yes.
I'm
Your
learning
class.
a lot
Tell
already.
your story. Yeah.
Yeah.
The secret behind learning is that you learn more.
Yeah. So what happened is we started it, like 4 of us started it actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it expanded up to 15, 16,
Yeah.
like that, 15, 16.
15,
crew.
16
Crew.
what?
Crew.
A crew.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
So
Presenters.
editors, and all like everyone.
Owners.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not 15 owners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4 owners and
Yeah.
15 crew.
15
Like,
crew.
yeah.
So it expanded and somehow like at one point it came like it's like you like we
It's
talk-
like overtaking your life, something like that.
no, we talk like it was like we talked about as a team we should have some like you should do this, you should do this.
Yeah,
Like how like
yeah.
that we
Yeah.
have to
Yeah.
divide
Job
it.
roles,
Yeah,
specific
job
job
like
roles
that, yeah.
within team.
So what happened is like as we mentioned there are like
Started like
this, like these 4 had to do like what do you call
all the things.
overall like more than things, like they had to present. We
Okay.
have presenters, but
Yeah.
they had to present. So
Okay.
They have to organize the
Yeah,
events,
events and
schedules,
everything, and so somehow it came like
and technical
got-
things. Yeah.
yep.
Mm-hmm.
And like with the time it was like we are fed up, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
like all the time, like
Then you stop.
24/7 we have to
Keep
our
doing
effort
it.
at
Put
it.
put your lives into that.
Mhm.
Order. Okay. So you said the team expand to about 15,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So what about the rest of the
Communication.
11 members and stuff?
Like,
what were
Mhm.
they doing?
The main issue is that financial. I think it is because
Yeah, one
they
is
are not
financial
working
and
for
another
money.
one is communication.
Yes.
Communications. Okay. I can relate to what you expressed 100%. Reason
Mhm.
why is because what I do know very well is training, development, assessing, learning.
Okay.
Right? So I know how to structure a learning curve if an individual is having a challenge. Right? So what I did at Pufferfish was whenever an individual came with a particular problem, through my coaching technique, I mapped their learnings into the system of Pufferfish's operations.
Okay.
I saw success to a particular point till the point they mastered their learning.
Mm-hmm.
But after they have mastered their learning or what they have come for, the successor towards that role is missing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So another person has to come because you have implemented a process inside the organization
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
with a need of an individual, and you have
Mhm.
coached that individual when that individual did not share your common purpose.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
So when you have a lot of members coming in, everybody wants to be part of momentum.
Yeah.
Like they're like, oh machan, this guy is super inspiring, machan me ekne karno, machan me karno, machan niyamai, machan satta party bro, let's go. And you know, people dive in like, you know, let's get this done, you know. Everybody wants to get that.
Mm-hmm.
But if they don't share the vision,
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah.
they will not take responsibility.
Yeah. Yeah.
You will be, every organization has got passengers.
Yes.
The biggest organization that's got passengers is, you know what? Government services.
Okay. Okay.
Everybody's on the bus. Oh, office secretary. Machan, they land up, they come to office 8 a.m. sharp, they are there.
Mhm.
Check in.
Yeah.
8 a.m. sharp, angle the sign karna, they can 8 a.m. the sharp.
Yeah.
But tea break ends only at about 10.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
From 10 to 12 performance, from 12 o'clock meeting. Meeting, you know, desk ke na, it's like, Grama Niladhari is not there.
Yeah.
Grama Sevaka is gone. Maybe division secretary ekati andone. He's gone.
Yeah.
Right? So he's got a goal here.
Yeah.
What is the goal here job? Hey, me, queue again.
Yeah.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a goal. That's all his job is. At the end of the day, take the money, escape.
Yeah.
Right? And we sad thing is we live in a society that's different. Let's get on to that on a different podcast, of course, how we're going to solve those problems.
Can I add something? Like,
Yeah.
Basically, I believe when it comes to organizations, culture is the jockey and strategies is the horse.
Mm-hmm.
Culture is the jockey and strategy is the horse. Lovely. Beautiful.
Yeah. Beautiful.
It's like, let's say that again. Culture is the jockey and strategy is the horse.
Yeah.
Spot on.
So it's not mine. Like,
It's
it's
not
not
yours.
mine. Like, I believe it.
Mm-hmm.
It's
ඔගත්
from a book,
Uh-huh.
Think and Grow Rich, from
Napoleon Hill.
Napoleon Hill.
Napoleon Hill.
යා ඔගත් එක්ක මම අපි කතා කරන්නේ යා how කොහොමද ටීම් ටික හරියට බිල්ඩ් කරන්න ඒවත් එක්ක කියලා. ඕක ටික ඔය ටික නැති වුණාම මොකද වෙන්නේ කියලා දැන් මෙයා නිකන් කිව්වා. හරිද?
ඒ වගේම
ඕක මෙහෙමයි. ඕක ඔය වගේ තැනකදී පොඩි දැන් it's not a huge deal. ඒක ලොකු දෙකක් නෙමෙයි. ඒ වගේ තැනකදී වෙන එක shape එක අතකට
එක අතකට like
ඒකත් එක්කම දැන් ඒ වගේ එක තැනකදී ඒගොල්ලෝ shape එක ඒ මේවා ටික අතරගෙන එක්ක crash වෙනවා නම් crash වෙලා ඒක පොඩි ගාලා නවත්තනවා නවත්තලා එහෙම ඉන්න
Okay.
එකක්.
like
ඕක දැන් සෑහෙන ලොකු
when it
වුණාට
comes to
පස්සේ
YouTube channels,
yeah,
right? Okay, let's talk openly.
ලංකාවේ ලොකු YouTube channel තියෙනවා නම කැඩිච්ච.
Yeah.
හරිද?
මෙලඟදී මම හිතන්නේ දෙකක් ඒ වගේ
දෙකක්
ප්‍රසිද්ධ
ගොඩක්
වුණා.
ප්‍රසිද්ධ ඒවා මේ මෑතකදී කඩුණා කයි කයි කියලා එකක් එහෙම කඩුණා.
කයි කයි
සිනමාවක් කඩුණා එහෙම.
මොකද්ද සිනමාවක් කැඩුනා.
හරිද?
කට්ටිය කැමරා ඉස්සරහට ගිහලා ඇඬුවා.
ඇඬුවා
අනේ.
මං හිතුවේ නෑ එයා මෙහෙම කරයි කියලා.
කරයිගෙන
ඉල්ලුවා නම්
එහෙමයි.
දෙනවා.
ඕවා අතරේ යන හොඳ පට්ටේවත් තියෙනවා. පට්ට ගෲපුත්
Like,
තියෙනවා.
the
like
issue
meanwhile in
is-
SL ඒවා ගැන කියන්න
issue
ඕනේ. හරිද?
is දැන් මෙහෙමයි. දැන් එක්කෙනෙක් කැඩුනාට පස්සේ ඔහොම එකක
හ්ම්
ඒකෙක් දැන් මෙහෙමයි. කම්පැනි එකක පාර්ට්නර්ෂිප් බිස්නස් එකක් නම්
හ්ම්
එක පාර්ට්නර් කෙනෙක් අයින් වුණායි කියලා
හ්ම්
කස්ටමර්ස්ලා එයාගේ පස්සෙන් යන්නේ නැහනේ. හැබැයි YouTube channel එකක ඒ කෙනාට ආස එයා බ්‍රෑන්ඩ් යන්නේ එතන.
Just to say, partners දෙකක් තිබුණොත් business එකක් කැඩුණොත් customers උත් යනවා.
ඔව්.
පිරෙනවා.
Mm.
They go to the individual who they know.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
They connect with the individual who
Yeah,
they know.
I'm
But they know that the brand's value is going to be there.
Yeah.
They will if the product is not available with this partner, their
Yeah,
second
yeah,
option
yeah.
will be back to that same organization.
Yes, okay.
Right? So what happens is the person who breaks out and goes and starts out a new brand,
Yeah.
that individual becomes the rogue. The rogue business.
Like
Yeah.
I think Maliban and Munchie like
No, not necessarily like Maliban and Munchie.
there's a good example for that. There's a Tesla engineer. Tesla company එකේ engineer කෙනෙක් එයා Tesla company අතල්ලා ගිහිල්ලා he's building now electric.
Shamat Paliya BT. As I yeah.
Yeah. ඒ කියන්නේ ඒක globally සහ හැමතැනම ගොඩක් වෙනවා. දැන් Tesla එක compete කරනවා ඒකේ හිටපු ඒකෙන් fire වෙච්ච engineer
Yeah.
එක්ක for make their cars better than his car.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was,
competition.
if
There
At
there
any
should
given
be a
point-
competition.
at any given point, what I feel is now when I started off training and development, I started it with Winner Worldwide, right?
Okay.
Of course, I was doing training and development before that, but
Okay.
where my real escalation happened was through Winner Worldwide. And when in Winner Worldwide, I realized there were certain things that I cannot do it my way. There were certain restrictions in terms of how the leadership was run.
Okay.
And since I was not running finances, I felt a little handicapped inside the organization. I felt handicapped. There was a lot of money on the table. There was a lot of money on the table. I was super comfortable, super happy. But deep down, I made the choice saying, listen, I'm going to break off. I'm going to break off to do my own thing.
Yeah.
And the beauty of breaking off and going and doing your own thing is that you get your own rules to play.
Yes.
You start testing out the things that you want to test. You start taking the risks that you want to take.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, what makes you you is the risks that you're willing to
Yeah,
take.
yeah.
Right? That's what defines your personality, and that's what makes and creates the leader out of you. So I realized this benefited me elsewhere.
Yeah.
Right? And that's how Pufferfish was born. Like, I wanted to do something on my own, but you know, I'm very happy here. You know, the comfort. You know, the biggest problem: success, comfort. These are the two biggest disgusting things
Okay,
ever.
I have a question. Like he's a trainer, he's a coacher. Okay, how to be successful?
Define what success is for you first.
Okay.
මට
Okay, okay, let's say like this.
How to be successful? Wake up early in the morning. Wake up early in the morning. Go to bed. Don't go to bed at 3 a.m. Know the basics. Know the basics. When you were born, go ask your mom. If your mom's alive, I'm very happy for you. Go ask your mom. What are the basics? Eat, sleep. What the hell? Come on, nigga. What's wrong with you? Eat, sleep. That's it.
Yeah.
You eat how much you need to eat,
Yeah.
and then you sleep how much your body needs to sleep. That's all.
Yeah.
If you can't do these two things, forget about success, my friend.
කොහොමරි අන්තිමේදී එක
Okay, great.
I say this. These are the two biggest problems. Like, you know, we are always, we are in this holistic thought. Like, you know, I want to be super successful. I need to work very hard. I need to work very smart. I need to be a good leader. I need to run for my team. Dude, your team can be only good as you are good. And you can be good only if you give your brain the enough rest you need.
Yes.
And you can only perform if you give yourself the adequate amount of food. It starts with the type of food you consume. I mean, if you're going to be high on drugs, right, at work, your team's gonna be the same. You're gonna මචානේ වැඩේ කර ඒක මේ කෝකද කිව්වේ මේ ෆයිල් එක නේ ඔව් මේ පස්ස කරමු දැන් පොඩ්ඩක් මේ ලයින් එක නම් වැටින්නේ නැහැ මචං. You know, I had this problem with the guys. I was like, what the hell is wrong with you?
Construction site වල ඔක්කොම වැඩ කරලා හවසට අනිවාර්යෙන් චූටි ෂොට් එකක් කැපයි කට්ටියට.
Oh,
Yes.
it's the same thing.
Yeah, I agree with
So where does success start? To answer your question, sir, it starts with you knowing your disciplines. I always say this to each and every individual, whoever comes for coaching, whatever it is. First, it starts with your daily discipline. What is your daily discipline? What time do you go to sleep? Okay, no problem. It does not matter. You are nostalgic. You're not happy. Do you know when you won't fall asleep? First, you need to know why you fall asleep. Two reasons. One, you're tired. Two, you're depressed. Right? If you are not happy with your day, you will not get tired. You will not get tired. And if you are not waking up in the morning, it's because you're too depressed. You're thinking, ayo macha me nagidila monawa karannada ba me ayo nindath awada ra ninde enne macha nidagena hitiyot hondai ne macha danne nadda. And then you tag along for 10. I know people who fall asleep at 1 a.m. in the morning.
At 3 a.m.
At 1 a.m., 3 a.m. in the morning.
At 5 a.m. for 6 a.m.
And waking up at 9 a.m.
And waking up worse at 12 noon. Dude,
Okay.
human beings are most productive. No, human beings are most productive. Here's your most productive time. Start yourself with a 5 a.m. thought. Okay?
Right.
5 a.m. if you're still in bed, forget about success.
5 a.m. I got a person like 5 a.m. club. Who's that guy? Robin Sharma, right?
Robin Sharma.
Yes.
And the person who was running a proper 5 a.m. club in Sri Lanka, I've got to mention this. You got to invite this guy over here on the podcast.
Okay.
Sharanyan Sharma.
So, what is your final advice to the audience?
I don't have advice, but I have an experience I can share.
Yes.
Wake up early. You cannot find your success in your bed. Do you know who's the most strongest man?
No.
The strongest man or the strongest person is not a person who can punch you or a person who hits the gym and can lift weights.
Okay.
It's the one who can lift his bed sheet off in the morning. That guy is strong. If he can take that cover off his face and his body and he can step out and go. You know what? 6 a.m. please make sure that your bed is neat. 5 a.m. you're up, maybe you're inside your house doing. But 6 a.m. make sure your bed is set out. You're going to come back again to that place, right? That respectful place, because that is your meditation zone.
Yes.
That is where you sleep. Make sure it's clean. Make sure it's white sheets. I always tell this. Make sure it's white sheets, because you have a clear mind. When it's white, you know. You can see that's the reason why we have the walls white. You don't want to see any dirt on it.
Yes.
Right? So when you're coming back, you come back with that set time. I'm going to come back here at 10 p.m. And when you come back to bed, you're coming back to sleep, not to use your mobile phone.
Okay.
Not to use your device.
Bad as habit.
No, the reading in bed is a bad thing. You want to read, you sit up and read. You read like this. What are you doing? You're like ruining your life at that particular point. Now, I also have this bad habit. You know, sometimes I feel like, you know, I'll just watch a little bit of Netflix before I like sleep. A little bit. What's the definition of a little bit? You know, what's the definition? It goes on to 5. And then it's
It's same for everyone.
And then I look at the time like, oh my god! And then next day I'm still up. 4:30 a.m. My alarm rings. Okay, my alarm rings 4:30 a.m. I'm up again, and then I get into performance. Right, by the time it is 7:30, 8:30
You are done.
a.m. You're tired. Why? Because you have not had your rest. You've not had your rest. How can you do anything? How can you find success when your head is like, how to find success? You can't. You'll be going for your team meetings. The team fellow will be talking. You'll be like this. You can't. So for millennials, here's success. Wake up. Don't get to bed again. Sleep on time. Just make sure your sleep is managed, your daily discipline. The rest of it, come and meet me, I'll tell you. What does Pufferfish do? The best way to say it is we are into communication skills.
Okay. Soft skills.
Soft skills, interpersonal skills. Because everybody has an idea. People have ideas. People have brains that work. People have ideas. But they don't know how to put it out. They don't know how to put it. They do not know whom to phone call. They do not know how to get it started.
Yes.
Everybody's මොකද උනේ මට ෆෙරාරි එකක් ගන්න ඕනේ. කොහොමද ගන්න යන්නේ? මං කොල්ල. Right? And then you ask a regular Sri Lankan or any other guy is like, what are you going to be? I'm politician. Because that's the only guy they see as success, like the TV, media, newspaper, everything. But the truth is, no, he's just behind an advertising company.
So finally, we are going to end the podcast.
We have to give you a question like, think about these
things like, and just if you have some idea, just call Pufferfish. And this is Shuhaib Ali. And
thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming.
For joining us.
And
I'm Niduk Fernando. මම නිදුක් ෆර්නෑන්ඩෝ නමක් නැති පොඩ්කාස්ට් එකත් එක්ක.
මම ශනිල් පීරිස් නමක් නැති පොඩ්කාස්ට් එකත් එක්ක.
Ungal pair Tishan Hansindu from how do you call නමක් නැති podcast? Pair Illai podcast or something.
Pair Illai podcast. Hi, I'm Shuhaib Ali from Pufferfish, and it's an amazing journey here with No Name Podcast. It's just the first. There's more to come.
මම නමක් නැති podcast එකෙන් දිනිත සිරිමාන්න.
මම යසිරු අරුසිතාන නමක් නැති podcast එකත් එක්ක.
මම Shuhaib Ali නමත් නැති podcast එක්ක.
එහෙනම් අදට podcast එක ඉවරයි. අද පොඩ්ඩක් මේ podcast එක දිගයි. පල්ලෙහාම ඔක්කොම link දාලා තියෙනවා කට්ටියගේ. ගිහලා follow ගන්න කට්ටියම.